I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher, 33, and a friend of mine, a friend who has psychic sensitivity, sent me a message saying recently she's been having trouble sleeping. She has not had much of an appetite. She'd feel heat rising in her body, waking up at night, not being able to sleep, tension in the third eye, crown, throat, pressure building, lots of visions, premonitions, images coming, images of loved ones, and just overloaded with information coming into her psyche. And I've been feeling it too. When I was at the beach, I was doing intentional meditations, doing some CE5s, reaching out for contact with higher beings, reaching out to the ones from beyond. And I was having those same symptoms. I would wake up and sweat. I'd feel heat shooting through my body and feel the pressure, consistent pressure, my third eye, my crown, my throat. Getting, again, all kinds of impressions. And some call these the ascension symptoms, because this is a rising energy, an energy that's rising up to something beyond. Some call this the Kundalini Rising. And there have been energies hitting the earth, energy codes and information coming into people, and those who have been receptive to them, they've been getting just this abundance of information flowing in. And for some people, yogis who practice building the energy within their bodies and awakening the Kundalini within them, it's a long practice, and it's a practice that requires integration. And there's stories of people who have gone into situations, and whether it be shamanic breath work or whether it be with psychedelics, where their Kundalini is open before they could handle it, and they go insane. They just go, they can't contain the energy. And then there are those who get, again, these big downloads, and they just go into patterns of addiction, escapism, going back into the real world. Or I should say real world, because it's not a real world. Going back into the conventional real world, going back into the world that was familiar to them, is just too mundane, too meaningless, so they have to always find something that gives them that transcendent feeling. And I'll add this. So I did those CE5s, and again, nothing came to me at the beach until like that very last day. But again, my friend I mentioned earlier, she sent me a video. She was on her balcony and she saw an orb, big orange orb, and she shot it and sent it to me. And others were posting orbs. Others saw that same orb and were making videos about it. And the next night, I was out walking in my city, where you rarely see any activity in the sky because it's a big city, lots of light pollution. And I saw this string of lights flying up through the sky. This string looked like a serpent of lights, but they were little tiny lights that were up there. And then Uri Geller posted on his Instagram the same thing. So I'm not going to take credit for that, but maybe my CE5, maybe it contributed a little bit to that. But either way, this Kundalini energy, something out there is reaching down, and then there are those of us who are reaching up. But I'm digressing. What I was saying before is that many go insane. Many can't handle this type of energy, and they drift off. And Rudolf Steiner again talked about two demonic enemies, or demonic entities, and yes, enemies in a sense, enemies and initiators all at the same time. One being Ahriman, which I've done many videos about. Ahriman, the dense, materialistic, digital consciousness of transhumanism, the consciousness of the digital matrix, the consciousness of the New World Order. But the other consciousness The other antagonist is Lucifer. And Lucifer is the consciousness of escapism, the consciousness of drifting off into the stars, the consciousness of taking information that is very powerful in the sense of ascension and awakening, but instead of grounding it in the body, the Luciferic energy pulls you out, pulls you into addiction, pulls you into more escaping. And so what I found, what I'm called to do is when I get these energies, when I'm feeling the Kundalini rise, I've got to pull it back into my body. It's about more integrating what's up here with what's down here and pulling it into the body. Ultimately, again, what I'm driven by is purpose and my values in life. And my values in life require me to be effective in this life I'm living in the flesh at this moment, not escaping out into the stars, even though I have a high inclination to do that. I'm more inclined to the Luciferic elements than the Ahrimanic ones. I have some Ahrimanic elements as well. We all have both. But ultimately, from the Steiner principle, is we want to have the Christ consciousness, which is the integration, the balance of Lucifer on the left, Ahriman on the right, and then the Christ consciousness down the center. Spirit of sovereignty, spirit of freedom, the ability to be able to integrate information from higher realms into the realm that we're living in right now. And essentially what that does is that evolves us into a new phase of being. And so when we get this gift, we get the gift of these energies coming from the cosmos. We get the gift of these beings up in the sky that are showing us signs that they're there. And then those of us with the psychic sensitivities, we're feeling that we've got to get back into our bodies. We've got to bring it into our bodies. And we do that through movement, breathing, building strength, feeling the ground, feeling our bodies, feeling our frame, as opposed to disassociating. The Luciferic energy is all about disassociating. And again, you watch my videos about shadow programs and trauma programs and the disassociation that goes along with that, all around the same time, all at the same time. It's not coincidence. This is happening right now. This is a process of initiation. But ultimately, for us to pass the initiation, we've got to integrate this energy. We've got to heal our trauma, and we've got to embody a new, more powerful, more expressive, sovereign being. Because these are the types of beings that are needed to create and shape a new world. Beings that can move from this place of creativity, that are able to take in a higher bandwidth of information, and instead of being overloaded by information, but take that information and integrate it effectively. So with that being said, I'm going to end this transmission. Be strong, my friends. Be awake, be aware, and if you're getting these psychic downloads, if you're getting this overwhelming energy, go back to the practices that get you in your body. Acknowledge and observe, feel what's coming in, but pull it into your body. Don't let something pull you out of your body. With that being said, I'm going to end this transmission. I'll see you on the other side.